Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. Hey, it's so nice and sunny this morning in Wells. It'd be a shame if anything had to come along and that's it right there. That's the thing I was talking about. Okay, so we know there's a little bit of that out there. There's a new storm coming to the coast. Storm number 3 is coming to the coast. Should I make this a Halloween spooky forecast? It's spooky forecast time. There's a storm coming. Snow. Subscribe.
There it is. My God. I didn't think it happened.
Get on. Wow. I'll watch the video later. Hey, Valen, come here to my spooky forecast. Waylon, you're too short for TV yet. You can't be on TV until you can see over the steering wheel. Oh, man. Okay, brand new forecast today. Wasn't yesterday's baseball game great, son?
Yeah.
It was so good. And there's another one today. I can't wait. And you know what? If the weather stays not crazy, the wind won't knock the power out and we'll be able to watch it again 2 days in a row. I remember 2015, the power went out and we're like, and then when we came back on, the Blue Jays had beaten the Texas Rangers out of the American League Division Series. And it's and at there's another time too where we had an election and it was like Justin Trudeau versus Stephen Harper. And then the power went out. We're like, what happened? Then the power came on the next day and everyone's like, wow, Harper's no longer prime minister. Wow, couldn't you believe that? So that's anyways, let's get on with the story. Spooky Halloween weather today. There's the low off the coast coming to Vancouver Island right now. Okay, so you can see, look at that nice clear slot, but it's going away fast. Look at it there, and you're like, wow, it's so sunny. That will never change. It'll be like this forever. Wrong again. There you can see that little gap is heading out towards the peace. They're going to soon, they'll be like, wow, this is great weather. This is the best thing ever. Don't get too used to it. Look at this ribbon of water across. You can see where the last atmospheric river has gone through, and it's venturing its way down California. Looks like it's going to go rain on Los Angeles or somewhere. Wow, would you believe that? That's awesome. Okay, so here's the tail of the last storm. There's the last storm kind of pushing through, and it's making its new low on the Alberta side there over on the, looking more like Saskatchewan even now. Look at the counterclockwise motion. So when you're looking at a satellite map, you can tell immediately what's the low pressure because in the northern hemisphere, it's going counterclockwise. So that's the big low coming to the coast today. Although we don't have the crazy amounts of concerns that we had with the last atmospheric river that came through. And by that, I mean, we don't have special weather statements. We don't have wind warnings. We don't have rainfall warnings. We don't have any of that scary, spooky stuff for you. Okay, so it's a storm's coming. The big thing, though, is it's going to bring some snow inland later today and tonight. And if you are traveling over the mountain passes, look, I know it's hard to tell, but that's snow outside the window in Wells today. It's horrible. It's awful. I can't believe it. The good times are over. Hey, who turned off the good times? That's what I said when I seen it. And now I ruined my camera. Oh, now you can see all the boxes I'm going to burn in the stove today. Look at that guy. He's living in filth, but I'm burning it. The cat right now is torturing a mouse, by the way, or a vole. And the sensitive person in me wants to help the creature, but then the redneck in me is die already. Just kill him, cat. Well, good news. The rodent is dead now. That's great news. I'm so stoked to hear that.
He's dead, though. But he's still throwing the dead body around.
That's extremely annoying. I've had to re-record this entire section again. For some reason, my microphone turned off, and I better just check to make sure I'm talking. Okay, I'm talking good. I can see it on the graph there on the EQ meter. Okay, so here's our storm coming in from the coastal areas today. As you can see, it's occluded at the top there. Got a bit of a cold front in the bottom. It'll be bringing some warm air up to the south first, some moisture-rich air. Someone talked about the storm the other night because we had this big storm that happened 2 nights ago there. The atmospheric river landed ashore, and someone said, tropical storm. No, not a tropical storm. It's a mid-latitude cyclone. I keep trying to make that very clear to everybody, and people I need to hear what I'm saying. Mid-latitude cyclone is not the same as a tropical storm. So we have this mid-latitude cyclone coming on up. We got the risk of thunderstorms above there. So we got broken cumulus there up to 6,000 feet, occasional towering cumulus up to 14,000 feet. And then we have over the water and over the coast mountains there, we have isolated cumulonimbus. So what it's saying there is that we have basically thunderstorm possibility. We have a little bit in the elbow here today, although it's like I say, fairly calm in the BC interior this morning. We see most of that kind of last low pulling the crap away from us. That last low now moving off towards the north end of Alberta. You can see the next low coming in. You can really see how it's occluded. You can really see how the warm front's pushing to southern BC. You can really imagine how that's going to bring moisture-rich air up that could make for some snowfall warnings. So we have one snowfall warning already on the board today. We might see a few more. Could even see some frequent towering cumulus. So you could see some convective systems. That's not surprising because yesterday we had the risk of some water spouts even, or maybe a land spout tornado yesterday because there was that convective energy. It's quite cold and unstable at the top of this low pressure system, these low pressure systems, right? So that differential between the warm and the cold and the dry and the wet can be enough sometimes, even in weather that's not exactly hot, to make a thunderstorm. So that's our storm moving on up today. That's what we're looking at. Having to reshoot these videos is sure some annoying. After all, they don't pay me enough to make one video, let alone reshoot two. High pressure across eastern half of Canada, high pressure out in the Atlantic there. Down here is Melissa. We can have a quick look at that too today. Good thing I'm reshooting because I forgot last time. Melissa, going to be a powerful hurricane. She's going to probably impact Jamaica, although I don't think it'll hit the coastline of the U.S. or Canada. For people in Jamaica, we got a very big story coming on. We're very concerned about that. Meanwhile, our atmospheric river has moved on through, and now we have this secondary storm coming, and we got secondary storms after that coming on. We can see how in the Gulf of Alaska, there's still that instability. There's still the upper level low remains in place there. Weak low in Alberta today, moving towards the northeast. Now we see southern BC taking snow overnight into Sunday. Can see rain mostly along the U.S. coastline, bit of rain offshore here in BC. Lots of snow, even up a little bit in the Peace. Northern Alberta taking a good line there, probably south of Fort McMurray or something like that. Good line moving across. We snow on the backside, rain on the front side of that. As you can see, there's green here, there's blue there. BC taking snow still as we come into Monday now. That next low is primed up and ready to go. We can see this low that just came through BC is now firmly entrenched in Alberta, although weakening off. Not nearly the robust system it was. There you go, 1,001 millibars. You can see how it's weakening off. And then here comes this one, strengthening in time to hit us there early this week, maybe sometime midweek. Bam, up the coast, straight into Haida. It looks like 968 millibar low. So another strong storm coming. The tail comes through there, brings a bunch of snow and precip inland. Certainly, I think that things will bump up in temperature a little bit later this week, and we might lose some of the snow here in Wells, but I think the higher you go up, the more you are in winter for good, and it's not going to change. Look at this robust, exciting thing coming on Thursday. Bam, up and down the coast. Bam. We can see some of those purples there. It'll be sleet and freezing rain and things like that mixed in there. Some of that will come into the BC interior. We got a week of instability, a week of unhappiness. You can see that it's very, really unsettled out there in the Pacific Ocean. We got a warm blob of water. I think that's going to encourage an active storm track, although I don't know that for sure. Other meteorologists seem to disagree with me, but that's just how my imagination sees it, and that seems to be what's happening so far. Now you can see what was Hurricane Melissa moving on by there, and we got a large low hitting up the east coast. So I am aware that quite a few of you do travel down to the Caribbean. A lot of you have friends that are down there. I've heard a number of people who are worried, so I do want to take a second to address the issuing of statements regarding Melissa. Melissa now is a hurricane, expected to rapidly intensify into a major hurricane by the end of the weekend. Life-threatening and catastrophic flash flooding and landslides expected in portions of southern Hispaniola and Jamaica into the early week. So not very good news. Hurricane warning is now in effect for Jamaica. Hurricane watch is in effect for Haiti, from the border with the Dominican Republic to Port-au-Prince. A tropical storm warning in effect also for Haiti and Port-au-Prince. Hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected or occurring. Okay, interest in Haiti, Dominican Republic, Eastern Cuba, Central Bahamas, Turks, Caicos Islands should monitor progress of Melissa. Okay, so the center of Hurricane Melissa was located near latitude 16.6 north, longitude 75.2. Melissa is moving slowly to the west-northwest at 1 mile per hour. A slow west-northwestward or westward motion is expected today through the end of the weekend. A turn to the north and forecast. Northeast is forecast on Monday and Tuesday. On the forecast track, the center of Melissa is expected to move near or over Jamaica during the weekend and early next week, and could be near or over eastern Cuba by the middle of next week. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 120 kilometers an hour. There is higher gusts. Rapid intensification is forecast to occur in the next couple of days. Melissa will become a major hurricane by Sunday. Hurricane force winds extend up to 35 miles. We'll probably do our best to come back and look at this on some other video, but just for everybody who's been asking me, Hurricane Melissa going to be a major story. Meanwhile, in BC, though, we only have one warning on the board today, and that's the highway, the Paulson Summit, Kootenay Pass, and whatnot, where I think we might see some more of these statements or watches or warnings issued. Well, maybe not watches, issued in the Southern Ontario over the next day or two. Don't be surprised at all, but that's the first in line for that pulse is coming through, so that's why they're number one. We saw where that moisture-rich warm front was moving through. That's why they're the first ones to get a warning. So keep your eye on not just Environment Canada, also keep your eye on Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. Also keep your eye on Joey Only on Facebook. A Pacific low-pressure system will move across Southern Ontario tonight. Light snow will start late this afternoon. I got the hiccups again because I've been drinking coffee. I'm a terrible podcaster. The snow is expected to taper off to a few flurries Sunday afternoon as the low moves eastwards. Total accumulations of 15 to 20 centimeters can be expected. Snowfall accumulations into Monday morning. They're not crazy. A couple centimeters here. I think it'll warm up a little bit next week. So I don't know if all the snow will stay, but definitely going to see some snow through some of these areas. Like might get a little slick where west of Prince George. Certainly might get some slick areas on 16 East. Going to have some slick areas going over Revelstoke at the pass there. Looks like the biggest snowfall totals seem to be along that Paulson Summit, although the next area to look at, where these are some pretty big snowfall, there's probably bigger totals actually, are on the areas north of Vancouver, Whistler, Squamish, up to Pemberton, this, that, and the other coast mountains. A little bit of snow taken there. Maybe Mount Washington's going to get a little bit of snow still yet over the next day or two. Yes, the snow. My neighbor's big, dumb German Shepherd dogs have been barking since like 7:30 this morning, just nonstop. They're terrible dogs. John and Jan, you're terrible people. You're bad neighbors. Nobody actually likes you in town. Just want to tell you that. I know you won't watch my forecast because it's intelligent and, that upsets you too. I know you got a great job there. You work at the mine. You're the bully. You think you're a boss. You bully people around. I can't stand your goddamn guts. Your dogs bark all day, all the time. I put up with it for years. I hope that lightning strikes your house and all of you fucking go away forever. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. The snowfall by this afternoon in the Coast Mountains. You can see that moisture-rich area we were talking about moving into southern BC there. Yes. I need that extra 20 minutes of sleep in the morning, and it's like low coming across Vancouver Island. Snowfall up to Revelstoke in the eastern part of the province there. A little bit of snowfall now west of Prince George, Coast Mountains. Heavy rainfall in Vancouver. May see a statement still yet there today. Up to Pemberton, up to Whistler. If you're traveling through the Coast Mountains tonight, going to be really nasty. Highway 3, both sides. Looking bad. I would say Coquihalla, Kelowna Summit, probably going to be bad too. Looks like, especially as you're coming in Sunday morning, if you want to go over the Revelstoke Pass on Sunday, bad idea. A little bit of snowfall here in Wells, a little bit of snowfall in the West Caribou, a little bit of snowfall up to the Peace on Sunday morning and the afternoon. You can see that big low pressure system is starting to dig itself in nicely on the Alberta side, although it's not a major story. It's going to start to weaken off. Bit of rain in the front side, bit of snow in the backside. The backside is pushing through Fort St. John Sunday afternoon into the evening. And we watch that system begin to tail out and await the arrival of our next one, which we'll be making lots of forecast videos about. So most of this is going to be completely gone by the time Monday morning is out of the picture for us. Enjoy the next 24 hours. Going to see some more snow. Snow is here on the ground and well. Snow is everywhere. It's going to happen. It happens every year. I don't know why you're surprised. I don't know why you forgot how to drive between last year and now. It's like, oh no, a skiff of snow. Everybody quick. Let's have accidents. Okay, that's spooky show for today. Take off, eh? Hit like, share, subscribe. Become a channel member. Leave a donation. I would like that because then that's when I eat. Bye.